Well, hello there, and I am back. Marathon Wednesday. Hi, everybody, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my recap of 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life Child, Season 4, Episode 5, Tell All Part 4. And child, from the look of it, we're going to be in Tell All Part 5. Do y'all ever remember in history having this many tell-alls just to tell one story? Talking about stretching something out. But let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that
You can make this up.
Now, you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties that like sweet old auntie. Aunties that wait. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Y'all, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 100K by my B-Day. Welcome. If this is your first time being here, you make sure you go ahead on and do that. Do you realize that if you subscribe to this channel, it don't cost you nothing? It's free 99. And to all of those people who decided to hit that subscribe button, thank you all so for joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members. Y'all, some of them have been here with me for 2 and 3 years. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I have subscribers who have been following me from day one. I appreciate you all, whether you are a member or not. I love you all so much. Tonight is marathon night because I had to miss you all yesterday. Let me tell y'all, we're going to get into this review, but y'all, I was up yesterday getting my Missy Elliott tickets back. I was determined that some of y'all got y'all Beyonce tickets and was excited about it. Honey, ain't nobody do it for me like Missy Elliott. I got my tickets and I will be there, honey. I'm trying to figure out what Missy Elliott album cover video do I want to represent when I go to the Missy Elliott concert that is coming here to Capital One Arena. Oh my goodness. So anyway, that's why y'all ain't seen me, honey, because I had some stuff to do. And the first thing that was on the list was getting my damn Missy Elliott tickets. And I got them. I got them, honey. And I got some good seats. I can't wait to show you all the concert and all of that kind of stuff. Hey, Beverly, loving you, Auntie. You keep it 100. Look, Beverly Coney's been with me for 31 months. She has been a member, both her and her daughter. Y'all know we doing it over here. Go hit that subscribe button while we get on to this. I love you too, Beverly. Yeah. So if I had to rate this episode of 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life, Season 4, Episode 5, Tell All Part 1, I would say that this daggone Tell All was at least a B. Okay? Like, it was a B just for the ending of it, bitch. Y'all let me know downtown. Y'all see I had to paint my nails right real quick. Downtown in the comment section. Oh, Miss Pam said a D. Oh, I'm gonna have to bring you up. You let me know whether or not you can come up and we can discuss it at the end because I gave it a B, Pam. A D. Oh my goodness. I thought it was hot as a firecracker. Okay. So Nettie gave it a B. Doc gave it a D. Queen T gave it a C minus. Let's see. A C, a C, a B plus, a C plus, a C plus. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see. So, we started this episode off, this part 4. We started this off with where we ended at, with John down on bended knees in front of his boo Megan. She had already given John a time period that she wanted him to make a real true commitment to her, right? So he sat there, they had brought Patrick on, trying to make it appear that, John wasn't ready for all of this. But John has already played his game. He's already done what he needed to do with the woo whoop and the boo boo boo. And I think that, being around Megan, having, the little daughter and all of that kind of stuff, I think that this is what really brought him to a place where he said, this is the life that I want right now. Now, that's not to say that the two of them going to walk down the aisle, but I think that, when you are not used to being around kids, you get around kids, you if you're a good person, you fall in love with the kids too, right? And that's why sometimes it's hard for people to walk away from relationships because they do. What the is that? They do fall in love with the children. So there you go. Hold on. I got my window open and I saw some come in. And we don't play them games. Make sure it's ready. So I can, okay. So so John is talking, he gets down on bended knees and he proposes to her. This is the first ever live proposal that we have seen. She was taken aback. He said he can live 1,000 lives. He loves her. He loves the baby, all that kind of stuff, right? And so I'm just like, oh, this is really sweet. And so they go over to Patrick. Patrick has nothing good to say. He could barely say congratulations to his brother, which I thought was really in poor taste, right? Be happy for him. I know that, the banter that goes on between the two of them is what they have been trying to sell to us. But I think that when we have a genuine moment, that we should live in that genuine moment. And so, she said that she was glad that he did it because he was coming upon his deadline. She's a real woman. She gave him a deadline. And I think that many women should do that as well. Look, this is how long we're going to play this game. When it's time for me, to really be in a relationship with somebody that I care for and, I want more, then I think that we should, as women and as men, state what our expectations are. My expectation is that, we date for this period of time. And if nothing happens with it, I'm ready to walk out the door and walk away from the relationship. It just is what it is. So, of course, Patrick is sitting out there, he calls Thias or whatever his wife's name is, and tells her what happened because they dismissed his ass off of the stage. And, he tells her, and she was like, well, what about the jealousy? I think that those are things, like John said, we got a lot of things that we need to work out in our relationship. Right now they're dealing with jealousy and stuff like that. But you know what? The longer that they're with each other and they're not living in different states, they're living under the same roof. Some of those things, if they're mature enough, they can work through that. I mean, there's a lot of couples who've been married for eons and still deal with certain issues and stuff like that in a relationship. I think that, Patrick, needs to back off. I think that the person that he is trying to make John out to be is not landing. It's not landing with me. I don't know if it's landing with y'all, but I just, I see John totally different. I think that when we was first introduced to John, John was playing a character. And guess what? I think that Patrick was too. I mean, it is what it is. I think that, he's trying to be spiteful and vengeful towards his brother. And I really don't give a fly about what he has to say out of his mouth. In this episode, they ended up, we had Debbie. Of course, Debbie, was her turn to, take her turn at bat. And so, of course, they brought out Ruben the Cuban, who just had too many fucking colors on for me. Like, I'm talking about, like, I love colors and stuff like that. I love to mix patterns and textures, but this is just too fucking much. He is a clown, in my opinion. He looks like a clown. I'm sure his cologne smells like a clown. I think that, he is really looking for fame, opportunity to be on television. He knows that as long as people are hitting him up in his Instagram or whatever, or on his Twitter account, that they're going to keep him on the show. Bitch, he'll probably be on here for another 15 years, be 119 years old. Bitch, we probably watch everybody in this family. This is like the long green mile. One thing about TLC, they don't get rid of people. They do not. They keep these people around. And they just live forever and ever and ever, bitch. And it's just getting to the point where it's getting old. But anyway, I do believe that Ruben the Cuban, in my opinion, is here for fame, fortune, and attention. That's what I believe. I don't think he cares anything about Debbie. Debbie sat up there and they brought Debbie out, and I can't remember the other child name. And I don't know why the fuck they brought either one of them out. Debbie is the most negative individual that I have ever seen, and that is why she has created Colty. And bitch, as long as she is Colty's mother, that is enough said. That is her character made manifested in a damn child, bitch. Debbie ain't about, because neither is Colty. So ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me that damn fruit didn't fall from the same goddamn tree. She's sitting out there with a damn stick and can barely walk and sitting up there bumping her damn gums. Bitch, get up and let's... I ain't got it to do with Debbie. Now, I don't like Colty's mother. Can't stand her ass. But I don't like Mama. I don't like Miss Debbie either. I don't like neither one of them. Both of them need to shut the fuck up. So Debbie, talks about, she told a little white lie on her dating app by changing her, reducing her age by 10 years. And so, she was saying that she was doing it because she wasn't getting attention from other men, and people was not clicking on her profile. Now, one thing that Debbie Colty mother did say that was true is maybe your dating, your profile ain't about you. Maybe, it's just some trash. Maybe you're not saying the right things. And then when you're sitting out there looking like a peacock, bitch, who's going to click on it other than a clown like Ruben the Cuban? I mean, I'm just being, like a buck 100 about it. Who else is going to click on that but Ruben the Cuban? I'll wait, but not for long, because ain't nobody got no answer to it. So she's out there lying. She dates a daggone man that, is old enough to be her great-great-grandson. And then she's got the nerve to say something about Ruben Cuban being on there, still being on the dating app on his profile, looking for 30 women that are 30, I think. She said to 50 or something. And she's 68. Well, bitch, you had already lied about your daggone profile and said that you were 60, you were 58. And he still hit your old ass up. You know why? Because he knew that you was on the damn show. You get what you get, Debbie. And then her son come out there with his... Oh, my goodness. The son comes out there He talks about the relationship and how he had been trying to, introduce Debbie to men who had, something going for them, men that had an education, that had a real career. And Debbie says that these are the kind of men who intimidate her. So she ain't about, okay? So why would she be dating somebody that she can boss around? Y'all know what, on the other episode, I forgot to talk about Kobe and what you call him, but you know what? Fuck it. They ain't really have nothing going on anyway. But his friends talking about her being a bossy white woman. We already knew that she was a bossy woman, right? And I just think that in general, and I know some of y'all gonna kill me for saying this, but I just think that in general, American women are bossy because we just live in a different culture, and and it makes us appear that we're bossy, but we just boss chicks. I mean, it is what it is. So anyway, fuck them. I left them out. I meant, well, I ain't mean to, but they weren't significant anyway. So of course, the son is saying that, he thinks that, if he pulls Ruben the Cuban up, that there's going to be something in his profile. And so, Ruben the Cuban was like, I'm clean. You can go pull it up. Ain't no way in the world you're going to tell me if the son already had the ability to do so, he did. The reason why I think that he is acting as if he did not pull him up is because when he pulled him up, it wasn't nothing on him. Okay. And that's because you're looking for the wrong thing. The right thing that you should be looking for is that they're trying to get fame off of your mama. Now, Debbie said that, they asked Debbie, was there anything wrong with Ruben the Cuban and any issues? She said, yeah, there was a problem with it, right? She talked about the dating app that he was still on there. And he was like, I'm still on there. I never deactivated the account. I don't pay for it anymore, but it is what it is. And another thing that Debbie said was that when Ruben the Cuban got there, she had asked him to come and meet her at the hotel. And he was like, okay, I'll meet you halfway, but I ain't coming all the way down there. So her and her son tried to, say, if you cared about me and you missed me and all that kind of stuff, you would have made the effort to come and see me. But what, right? And so he was like, well, you so moderate, right, in your thinking and, as far as, your reputation and all of that kind of stuff. Because let's face it, she did drag Chantel for saying that she didn't have no drawers on, right? So he was like, given the fact that you this kind of bitch, right, then I'm not, I didn't want to come to your hotel. It just was a good save, right? Because I don't believe him. I don't think that he wants Debbie at all. I think that Debbie is too old. Then Debbie said that, his clothes was too eccentric and all of that kind of stuff. And she wished that he had, wore the pants, the same pink pants that he had on, but just toned it down with a black shirt. Well, guess what? What's her name? Vanessa, bitch said, okay, but you sitting up there with a tutu on. And you damn near 100 years old. So how in the world you going to say something about somebody else, right? So I just, hey, Gypsy. So she just was like, okay, hey, girl, what's that tea? She just was like, you know what, come on now, Debbie. That's a pot calling the kettle black. At the end of the day, I think that he is absolutely there, okay, to get his fame and notoriety. I think it's not going to be the last time that we see him. And I think he's going to be dating somewhere else and he's going to find out. But Debbie and Debbie talking back to each other and Debbie making judgment calls and stuff like that. I just was like, she's Colty's mother. Shut the fuck up. Okay. She's Colty's mother. She doesn't have any good advice for anybody. Like, who can seriously take Debbie seriously? She was dating some guy, I believe, in Canada and didn't even do the right in order to go over there and be with him. Bitch, you think somebody's you don't even know how to. The next couple that I want to talk about is Louisa and child, what is his name? Tim. So they bring Jamal and the girl back out. Y'all, is a girl named Louisa? Bitch, I don't know. If that's wasn't her name, that's gonna be her name today. So they on the thing and everything, right? She's been nervous and everything. This is her first time being on a TLC stage. I'm sure that it's probably intimidating to her and all of that kind of stuff, right? So she comes out there, for part 2, round 2. And so now we're talking about the first segment. We talked about Jamal and Vanessa, what, right? Hey, Wonderlust. So, she wanted to talk about them. And so this time it's her and Tim. And so, they start talking about the relationship and everything. And she was saying, she really basically did not have a relationship with Tim, that Tim was, just not interested in her and all this old kind of stuff. And so Tim was saying, I was interested in her. I just wasn't ready to move as fast as, she wanted me to or whatever. And, I just, I think that she's beautiful and stuff like that. There was some red flags, and then he took it back and was like, well, it wasn't red flags. It basically was me, right? Tim took the ownership and said this, it was me. And it has been him, because we saw him when he went to Colombia when we were first introduced to him, and he didn't do nothing with the girl the whole entire time that he was there, right? And so, of course, Debbie says that she thinks that he has LT, right, which is low testosterone. Testosterone. And so, John was like, I got that too. He said, I went to the doctor and I got a shot and everything. They, gave me an assessment. And so, girlfriend was like, okay, Veronica. Is her name Veronica, bitch, or Vanessa? Whatever her name is. She was just like, okay, yeah, he do have low energy. And he do have low energy. He talks low. So what she wanted to do was come out there and smear him, right? And so she goes in and said, well, maybe my friends was right and all of this kind of stuff. And so he was like, okay, he was like, okay, I know where this is going. So she says, my friends think that you don't like women. Let me tell you something. That is the oldest read. There's nothing wrong with him being gay, bisexual, or any other thing that he wants to be in his goddamn life. To try to make that a read is insulting. There is nothing wrong with Tim not sleeping with her, not kissing her, because you got some men that go way overboard with it. He's not into her. And while we question people's sexuality, even though sometimes I have had a tendency to say that I think that, maybe this person is this way, this person is that way, right? And that just may be what I'm talking about, at that particular time. But my whole thing is to go out there on national television, right? And you do the ultimate. Now, it's been in the blogs and stuff like that, people have suspected that Tim was homosexual, or maybe he was bisexual, or whatever the case may be. But for her to bring her ass out there, this is your first season that we've ever seen you, and hopefully it's your fucking last. And you come out there and you expose. And Jamal, when they were walking away, Jamal, she was like, do you think that I was wrong for saying that? Right? Because guilt will eat you up. And coming to find out, you a ho-ho, in my opinion. You slept with somebody. Okay, let me slow down. Tim's like, I don't give a damn what you think. I saw it coming a mile away. You've been building a story. I'm not giving you the reaction that you want. You can think whatever you want to think about my sexuality. If he's gay, it ain't nobody's business but him. She said that Tim was next door at a bowling alley, a movie theater, or wherever the Tim was. She told him to come to her apartment, and he said it's boys' night out. We're going to be drinking. We're going to be doing this. So no. So because Tim chose to honor his commitment to be with his boys and not skirt over there to you, because Tim has the ability to say no, that makes him gay? So what if he is? You suspected, your friend suspected, ask him. Instead of sitting on television and trying to blast them. Because trust me and believe me, it wasn't a good look on you, baby. Because it's not a read. And I get so tired of people always trying to use that as a read. Being gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, whatever, it is not a read. It should not be used as a weapon. against people. It shouldn't. And when a person is ready, and I keep saying this over and fucking over again, when they are ready to reveal who they really are in their time, in their season, in their way, that is their human right. If you ain't sleeping with them and they not sleeping with you, and it's obvious he ain't slept with her. He didn't even want to kiss the bitch. It's not a read. Tim said, maybe I do need to go and get my testosterone checked. Maybe I do. But he just wasn't interested. He said he felt like she was out of his league. He said that he liked her for years. But then she turns around. And so if I call her all kinds of whores, nasty bitches, one night stand having ass trick for sleeping with Jamal and not even remember it, I'm wrong. Now, I didn't call her all those things. I said, if I do. That's not a read? That you would be so inebriated and so desperate that you would sleep with somebody and have your business put out on the street on national television behind a fucking curtain? That ain't a read. That's something to be proud of. That you don't even remember it because you heard that you would let Jamal, a heterosexual man, play you stupid, sleep with you, don't care what kind of condition you in. I didn't even remember. Chantel said that she saw them downstairs. She said maybe it wasn't nothing, maybe it was. But Jamal, in my opinion, is that kind of guy because he was standing in the back with Veronica and making Veronica think, yeah, let's hook up. Let's go out on a date. Because he's a dog, allegedly. If he did what they say he did, do I believe that she had some kind of rendezvous with Jamal? Yes. And let me tell you why I didn't think it was scripted. When the host tried to go and have the conversation about it, he wanted to get at Tim. He's already suspected Tim. He wanted to get revenge, sweet revenge. And what other way for him to do it than to touch the girl he was dating, whether Tim did it with her or not. Secondly, when the host tried to bring it up, he said, I don't want to make a thing out of that. Yeah, we was together, but I don't want to make that a thing. And her being the host that she is, she let it ride. But bitch, I'd have wore him out. Had I been a host of that show, he would have answered. No. Anything happened between the two of you all? Vanessa sneaks out to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom. She came back and told everybody she was going out with him. She know that she's not supposed to, or that it's not popular for her to, but she was. And ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me that was scripted. I think Jamal's that kind of dude. After all, his mother is Kim. See, you got to remember what kind of tree these people falling from. And she wanted revenge. And she was hurt. And she was vulnerable. She was already scared when she came out. Veronica has said these two done got together and hyped each other up. Absolutely, they did. But do I think that Jamal took advantage of an opportunity to be with her? Absolutely, I did. It was a fuck you, in my opinion, to Tim and Veronica. That's my opinion. May not be actual, may not be factual. But that's just my opinion about it. People do some tough stuff to be spiteful and hurt you. And you got to remember what kind of tree Jamal came from. He has had it out for Tim from the beginning. When Tim said that he cared for the girl, and she said that he didn't, and Tim said, I went and helped you while I had the virus, and you was at your ex-boyfriend's house. Come on now. Come on now. Hey, Wonderlust, who's been a member for 3 months. Love you, Auntie. Thanks for the great recaps. I love you. Love you too, boo. Thank you so much, Wonderlust, for the $4.99 super chat. Jamal is a whole dumpster fire. I cannot with him. Exactly, Wonderlust. I don't think that a thing about that was scripted. I think it was vengeful on both of their parts. The thing about it is when you go in the back like that, take your mic off. Take your mic off. I just want people to understand that Tim can be whoever he wants to be. He ain't with me. I don't care. But I want us to understand that that is not a read. And I think that it's just, she could have used something else. She didn't have any more fire for him. And she couldn't even say, I think. She said, my friends. My friends, maybe my friends were right. I think. Well, don't leave with your friends, boo. Don't leave with your friends. Thank you so much, Sugar 48. Look, Sugar 48 been with me. Oh my God, Sugar 48. 47 months. Auntie, that's why you need to be the hostess. Oh, hell no. People have been saying that for years. I wouldn't take that job because I just think that they put you in a box of what you can ask and what you can't ask. And Auntie ain't gonna never be in nobody's box, child, but her own. But thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. There you go. TLC wouldn't let Auntie be Auntie. Absolutely. Hugs back to you, sweetie pie. Is Miss Pam out there or did she go? Because I was going to drop the link. What you saying, boo-boo? I would think Jamal would be Chantel's type, too big and muscular. Oh, thank you, Gypsy. Where Gypsy at? Thank you, boo. Anyway, y'all, that is the end of my recap of 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life, Season 4, Episode 5, Till All Part 4. Now, do I think that it is unnecessary for them to drag this thing out into 5 damn Till All Parts? Absolutely. But we're going to be here. We're going to do what we do. Oh, thank you so much, Lillian Lopez, for the $20 super chat. Hey, beautiful Auntie. Hey, boo. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, boo. I think that they did not have to drag it out, but we're going to be here for it. We're going to be here for it. I love you all so much. Y'all have a great night. And until we meet each other again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Get ready for marathon video part 3 in just a few. Bye, y'all.